So as the person who's watching this little video, more than likely you are what we would call the community champion. In other words, you're the person who's going to be somewhat responsible for understanding how the system works and telling others about it and answering questions if there are any and incorporating it into activities and really exploring all the benefits that you can get from it. Of course, we've got this huge library of videos. You can always call us and ask us questions, but there's a lot to this resident portal. I mean, it's been upgraded 40 some odd times. We've got over 200 resident portal deployments out there, and every time we get a new client, they ask for something new and we upgrade it for everybody. So it's continually growing. It's not all that complicated to understand so much as that there's nuances to it in ways that your company might work or your community might work that you can look at and kind of think outside the box and start to take advantage of. But initially, you just want to kind of start to learn it and go at your own pace. We realize you're busy because more than likely you're the activities director. And, you know, maybe you've got a lot on your plate. I imagine you do. But you can always go home and log on, and you can always look at these videos in your spare time or take 10, 20 minutes a day to go over a couple things or whenever you get some time to do it. If you're under a tight schedule, obviously you want to get through all of it, but just make sure you go at your own pace. Don't get frustrated. You can't break this thing. You will not be able to break this system, so don't worry about things like that. Make sure you look at all these videos when you get the time. And as far as that goes, you want to experiment with it. You've got the ultimate power to log in as anybody, create users of any kind, and see what it looks like from different people's perspective and put yourself in their shoes and see what kind of functions you can have that would make it beneficial. And obviously there's a whole host of videos and literature that we'll give to you that you can find out about. But you know, play with it, have fun with it. You can't break it. The more you get to know it, the easier it becomes, and you'll be able to tell people about it, and you can have a heck of a lot of fun with it. The point of all that is to make sure that you learn the system prior to launching the system in your community. You want to be able to answer some very basic questions that somebody might have. I mean, they could be as basic as how does a mouse work? And we even cover that and a good way to show residents that. But at the same time, you want to at least have your system down to the point where you can answer some very basic questions. And in saying that, what we really mean is at the end of the day is you're going to have to become the community expert. Bottom line is the more effort, the more time, the more you use this and interact with the system and integrate your residents into using it and sending out announcements to all the family members and using it to invite people to certain functions, using it to make notices or send notices, even billing. The more the activities that you do, if you want to do Sundays for web conferencing with family members, the more you integrate this into the daily activities of a lot of residents, you'll find that it builds their confidence a lot, and you'll find that they want to start using it, and you'll find also that they want to build their network of friends and family that they can communicate with, and it's really kind of something to see. But we realize there's a lot to it. We're always here for you. But you want to make sure you just go at your own pace. You experiment with it initially. You cannot break it. Make sure you feel comfortable enough with it before you start launching it. And we have a process that we go through to launch it to your community. But make sure you know enough about it before you launch it. And then ultimately, you know, make yourself irreplaceable. Become the community expert at it. And be the one that everybody goes to. And if you have any questions, you can always call us.